We're going to go ahead and come into our core activation from our sumo squat. And once we're here in our sumo squat, moving in a little bit faster, we're going to wrap one leg around. I call it the diagonal leg wrap. We can get into the pose from our inversion. We can get in from floating Buddha. I'm just going to show you how you can get in from our sumo. So we have to get the swing nice and low in the back. So I usually just stand up, press it down to my waist, wrap the right leg around, and let the left leg come out too. It'll be 3 o'clock on your mat. So we just lean back, wrap the leg outside in. It's always outside in. So we don't want to wrap inside out because we won't actually have the hook. So the swing will be on your inner thigh. Okay, great. By the knee. And then it's a diagonal because you'll see that the swing is sliding up to the armpit on the other side. Okay? If the leg loops ever get in your way, I just put one hand around it and then it'll stay through the center. Cool. Now this is a great stretch in and of itself. I can rest my head and just press my hips forward, and you can see I'm opening up the back of the leg on the right side for you. And then we're going to do the leg lifts. Okay, so holding on strongly with the left hand, my right hand comes back behind me. Now I'm going to lean back so much that my left leg is going to lift plank, level with the earth, and then we're going to toe touch. So these are our plank toe touches. So lean back even more so you're level with the earth. Yeah. And then toe touch. That's it. So we have to keep that same neck position where we really feel not the front of the neck, but the back of the neck pressing back into an invisible wall so we're not straining those muscles. You can always support the head with a hand if it feels like it's working too hard. So just know that those are all good options. After we do 10 plank toe touches, we're going to come into dancer, which is with the arm and the leg extended. So now we stretch the front of the spine, coming into a toe touch. So dancer, toe touch. That's it. So you're lifting, so yeah, keep the body level with the earth, and then lift your hand to touch your toes. So come level with the earth, but not higher. And lift your leg. Let your leg lead the way. Yeah, and then touch your toes. That's it. That's it. So dancer, toe touch. So you stay level with the earth. Okay, so then we're going to come into dancer, bend the knee, reach back and grab for the ankle. This is our half lotus position. You can grab with one hand or both hands. Just notice what feels good for today, wherever you are. Stay for 5 breaths and stretch the belly, stretch the chest after we do our strengthening. Just pay extra attention to the position of the neck. See what feels good. We're going to switch in the air, so wrap the left leg around, release the right, and come on down. Your foot will land at 9 o'clock on your mat. So if it was a clock, it would land at 9. Perfect. So second side, rest in between. The swing is on a diagonal going across the back, so it's up at the armpit on your right side, and then you can rest your head. So that foot is just hanging out there. You're not really pushing into the mat. Yes, let it slide out. It'll just kind of land where it wants to land. Perfect. Straight leg. Good. So that opens up the obliques a little bit more on that side. Then we're going to hold on strongly with our right hand, and then we're going to lean back. So just watch for this first one, and then we'll do it together, okay? So I'm going to lean back, let my right leg lift and come into a straight line, and then I toe touch. So plank, toe touch. Plank, toe touch. So instead of lifting with the upper body so much, I keep leaning back and let the leg lead the way. So that way I'm engaging more through the lower abdomen. Plank, toe touch, plank. If you want, you can look over to the side to really make sure you're not picking up your head, right? You can play with the different variations. So do about 5 of those. See how that feels, and then we're going to come through dancer. Yes. Good. And then dancer is with the arm and leg long, and then you come into a toe touch. It's a bigger oomph. Dancer, toe touch. Now plank requires more engagement, but dancer gives us more stretch. They're 2 totally different poses. So after we do
5 toe touches. We're going to bend the knee, reach around, and grab for the foot. So half lotus is with one hand or both hands. Just see what feels good for today. It's a big quad stretch, and so you want to make sure that you can comfortably breathe into the chest for 5 breaths, wherever you wind up. Big stretch through the belly, opening up the front of the spine. And then to come out, we're going to release, hold on to the swing with both hands. Left leg is going to come down, and then we just wind up sitting in our sumo. So we can get into that sequence from our peaceful warrior, or we can get into it from our floating Buddha, or we can come into it from a sumo. We just have to remember to push the swing down to the hips before we try to wrap that leg around. Obviously, we can't get that lift from here, so we stand up first. Okay, so that was our leg wrap diagonal into plank toe touches, into our half lotus, which is a big belly stretch. And dancer is one of my favorite poses that I add in there that allows us to get that big flourish and that big dynamic movement. Let's come on out and take a little break. Go ahead and practice those at home. Go ahead and practice those one more time. Do another round.